This is the second video for Geometry Chapter 11, Section 2, the volume of prisms and cylinders. So our objectives today are to find the volume of prisms and cylinders. So first we're going to do the volume of prisms, and volume is a measure of the amount of space contained in a solid. So think about if you had sand, how much sand you could pour into it. So typically you measure volume in cubic units. So if you ever hear something mentioned in terms of cubic feet, cubic inches, that's a volume measure. So here I showed a picture, if you want to think of volume, of how many cubes you can put in, hence 1 cubic inch, 1 cube in inch on each side. If you think of it starting with this, and then you could keep climbing up, and how many of these cubes could you fill into this triangular prism? And remember, triangular prism, we named the prism based on, due to the base. So for all the volume formulas, the capital B, we've been using lowercase b for base of like a triangle and all that. The capital B is the area of the base. It's the area of a polygon. So some kind of shape. You will want to find the area of the base first. You will see that I typically draw the base separately. So like here's a triangular prism. If you want to find the volume of this, and we'll see the formula in a moment, it's going to be the volume is equal to the area of the triangle, which could be done, capital B, the base is a triangle, so the area of the triangle, times the height, the h. So h is the perpendicular height. We are not going to, due to distance learning, we're not going to do the oblique or slanted prisms or cylinders, but those exist and you see those. Now one thing I will say, your book does capital H for the height of the solid. Most all other books, as well as most of the videos online, will use the lowercase h, so I'm using the lowercase h in the notes. So the volume of a rectangular prism. Here we have volume is equal to capital B, the area of the base times the height. Well, it's a rectangular prism, so the base is this rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. So the volume, you could think of it as length times width times height. And that may be a volume formula that you learned in middle school. The volume of a prism in general is the area of the base times the height. So notice you will need to remember some of your area formulas from Chapter 8, because these will help find the area of the base. So if you have a triangular prism, that means your base is a triangle, area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. Notice I'm using the lowercase b here, the base of the triangle. This lowercase h is referencing the height of the triangle. So of the base, not the height of the solid. So a trapezoid area is equal to, it is the height of the trapezoid, not of the solid, times base 1 plus base 2, all divided by 2. So it's the average of the two bases. So take note, you would do this before plugging into this volume formula. You're going to see I always find the volume of the base first, and then multiply it by the height.